Good morning, welcome to day 7 of your daily wellness, and today our focus is Deaf Man's Pose. So this is kind of a following on from plough pose, which in itself is a pose that some of you may not be comfortable getting into, you may not have the space to get into, so there's going to be plenty of alternatives in today's session. We're going to get moves that give a bit of compression through the abdominals. We're going to get moves that can lengthen out through the back. We're going to open up through the chest, and then towards the end we'll start to work towards Deaf Man's Pose. You can either take previous options when we get there or follow through as far as works for you. With regards to equipment, you may want a chair if you want to practice your plough pose. You may want a block or a couple of blocks if you're not quite into plough pose yet, but it's completely up to you. So to begin with, like always, come into a seated position, your choice. Take a moment to settle in. Let your shoulders and elbows grow heavy. Let the sternum lift and the spine lengthen. Chin is tucked. Take a few breaths, feeling that lengthen, and then the grounding. Good. From here we're going to reach the arms out to the sides, lengthen away through the fingertips. Shoulders come together in the upper back and then move down the back so that there's a big space between the shoulders and the ears. Lengthen away. As you do this, look up towards the ceiling, but imagine, rather than trying to pull the back of the head down, imagine trying to lift with the chin and the nose forwards and then up. So we're trying to lengthen the neck in the back of the neck as well as the front. And then keeping the hands where they are, keep the shoulders back and down. Drop chin to chest. The only thing moving is your neck. Take it up to the ceiling. I know your arms are going to feel it a bit. Keep reaching, stay nice and strong, nice and active. Drop chin to chest. Keep the shoulders back and down. One more time, lengthen it up. And drop chin to chest. Good. Take the hands behind and interlace your fingers. So from behind now, interlace the fingers, open the chest again, find some length, and then start to reach fingertips down. Now you may find some of you will be able to keep the palms together here, some of you won't have the space and you'll have to open up and make this kind of squared off position. Either way is fine. Chest opens. If you want to, you can sit on a block. Breathe. Notice which thumb is on top here. So my left thumb is on the top. Big inhale. Lift the hands up a little. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows, release it off, give them a little shake. And then we're going to fold over. Breathe nice and deep into the belly. Feel that compression in the belly. Good, and then we roll it up, and then we lengthen up tall, and imagine pulling the belly button, pulling the pelvic floor in and up. As we come over, keep that in and up. Fold over, notice if you can go a little further when you breathe in and up, pulling the abdominals in, out of the way. Chin to chest. And take a little rock here, so we're warming up through the spine. So our Dead Man's Pose needs a lot of curvature through the spine and also through the back of the neck And it's a big compression in the abdominals, so we're just getting the body used to this, getting into that shape. Good, walk the hands in. Give yourself a shoulder roll, sweep the arms back. We're going to interlace again, but so if you had it this way with the left on top like me, swap them over so the right one's on top. Pull the knuckles down, open the chest. Again, find that length in the neck. Big inhale. As you exhale, lift the knuckles and start to get that up and over through the abdominals as you fold over. If you're not quite comfortable here, you can place a block or something on the floor to give your head something to rest on. Or you can hover, or if your head reaches, you can reach the head to the floor, but keep your sit bones, keep your butt firmly grounded down. Each inhale, feel the knuckles lift and lengthen. As you exhale, feel that sinking over. Take a few breaths, allow the tension. Try and relax it a little bit. Become comfortable in the discomfort. And then on your next inhale, pull from the knuckles to bring yourself up. And then release it off, give them a shake out. Good. From here, plant the feet hip distance in front. And we're going to take the head between the knees. Allow the relaxation through the neck as we bring chin to chest. And actually try and push away through the back. So we're trying to hunch down. Maybe you take a hold of the lower legs. Maybe you hug in with the upper legs as we try and push back backwards. Thinking cat pose when we do cat-cow. And then take a moment to feel that in and up, and then we come over. Good, roll it up. Now use your hands to support as you bring yourself from a crouch. So heels raised for just a moment here. Take a moment again, pushing through the hands so that we've got this kind of curvature through the spine. Knees are coming just to the outside. Abdominals in and up to allow you to come over. Maybe you find stillness here. Maybe you take a little rock forwards and back. Or maybe you take a little rock side and side. Good. From there, ground through the feet. Lift the tailbone up. Come into your first forward fold. If you're wearing socks like me, you'll probably want to take those off sooner rather than later. Good, so take a moment with a nice straight back so hands can rest on thighs, on shins or on the floor. Lengthen the tailbone back, lengthen the top of the head forwards. And then exhale as we fold, think in and up from the abdominals. You can bend the knees here. Good, and then we're going to bring the feet a little closer together. Maybe the big toes touch. Then the knees, bring belly to thigh. Hug the knees in. So start to gaze down to your shins. Press firmly into the floor, and then we're going to start to lift the tailbone up. Now you probably won't get to full extension. The aim is to keep your belly hugged tight. Keep the neck in line so we're looking at the shins, and then just start to lengthen up. Getting a bit of a hamstring stretch. Keep hugging in tight. Grounding down through the feet. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to bend the knees. Send the weight back. Keep the belly on the thighs. Spine long for 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, use the hands to support as we walk to the top of the mat. Good, and then from there we're going to just step the left foot back, plant it down and rise up. So warrior one, so we're going to take the right leg, toes facing forwards. The back foot, they're going to be facing at a diagonal, so somewhere between forwards and out to the side. We're going to try and rotate the hips so we face forward, pressing with the outside edge of both feet. Nice and strong. Tailbone scooped under. Sweep the arms up. Shoulders back and down. Strong through the back leg, nice and powerful. Press into the heel, long through the leg. So we're not bending, we're trying to straighten it. Got a bend in the left leg. Good, take them down. Interlace the fingers, whichever way feels natural for this time. Open the chest, gaze up. Big inhale. As you exhale, think in and over through the abdominals. Knuckles reach towards the ceiling. We're going to come down just in front of your right knee. Strong legs. Allow the fold, allow the head to relax down. If you come towards the floor, fine. If you're not near the floor, don't worry about that at all, as long as you're coming just inside the knee with the head or the chest. Abdominals in, up and over. Lift from the knuckles as we come all the way up. Release the hands, sweep them up. Warrior one. Good, as we exhale, we're going to take the hands back down to the mat. Swap the feet, so take the right foot back, bring the left foot forwards. Plant the right heel down, take a moment to set yourself up. Left toes face forwards, right toes face diagonal. Right leg is straight, lengthen out, press firmly with the outside edge, inside edge, front, back, heel and toes. Bending through the left knee. Trying to rotate the hips towards this kind of forward position. Sweep the arms up. Your warrior one. Take them down. Interlace, not the natural way, but the other way. Open your chest, gazing up. Big inhale. Abdominals in and up as we come over, lifting knuckles to the ceiling, coming to the inside of the left knee. Strong legs. Left knee stays over the left ankle. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lift from the knuckles as we come up. Sweep the arms forwards back into warrior one. And then next exhale, we take it down. Come into plank pose. Take a little moment to walk through the legs. Good. And then we're going to drop the knees to the mat. And then come into a seat. So, tools. If you have a block and want to use a block for this next bit, oops, get those in a minute, have it to hand. So we come towards some variations towards the plough and towards our deaf man's pose. So the first way getting used to taking the hips up, we're just going to place a block underneath the hips, under the lower back, and take the legs up to the ceiling. Abdominals in, spine is long. If you're comfortable with your block flat, you can take it up a little higher. You can add another block here. You can add whatever you want underneath to bring you up high. If you're comfortable there, you can take the block onto the higher setting still. Bit more of a balance. And if you're comfortable there, you can start to lift up. So when you're lifting up, initially you'll find the legs kind of half go over. We've got this curve through the spine. Abdominals in. Think in and up. So shoulder stand. We're going to wiggle up to the top of the shoulders. Neck is nice and straight. Use the hands to support. Long through the body, long through the legs. Now you can stay here. You can kind of hover the legs somewhere using your core strength. If you have a chair, if you have a chair, you can take the legs down onto the chair to give you something to rest on. Or if you don't need the chair, if you're feeling fine there and you're not feeling too much strain and compression on the neck or the abdominals, we can go straight into plow. Now you practice at whatever level suits you. In plow pose, we want nice straight legs. We want to get up onto the top of the shoulders. From here, for those of you that are comfortable there and want to work towards Deaf Man's Pose, you work at your level, you stop when you've had enough. You can come out and take a rest and come back in. So Deaf Man's Pose, we start to bend the knees, bringing them towards the ears, towards the mat. Maybe you use your hands to help. Once they come to your ears, or even if we're in any of these other poses, you can try and interlace the fingers and reach away. So that is your Deaf Man's Pose. Take your rests, keep practicing, come out of it, take a little reset, have a little movement through the neck, come back in, try again, come back in, try again. It is a lot of compression. If you carry your weight here, you'll struggle to get into it. There's no shame in that. That's just your body. It's just where you're at. If you're tight through the back or through the hamstrings, you'll struggle to get into it. If you're tight through your neck or anywhere in the spine, to be honest, you'll struggle to get into it. And if you have issues with your neck, so you're not the only one that's struggling. Go to your level. So whatever option you're doing, you're feeling that bit of compression. You're getting the legs up high to begin with, which is allowing all the blood to come down to your brain to give you a nice little refreshing hit in your brain. And actually when you get used to it, plow pose in particular is a relaxing pose, so it does help to relax the nervous system, although it probably doesn't feel that way to begin with. So yeah, keep practicing. If you have had enough, we'll end it there for today. Let me get the yoga cards so we can decide what move we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we have a back bend. So as today we've gone forwards, tomorrow we're going to go backwards. We will not be doing probably the full pose here. Mostly because it's not even something that I really have in my practice, the full version of this. And this is headstand bow. So like when we do a glute bridge and we lift up through the glutes, but instead of being on the shoulders, you will be on the head. The majority of us aren't going to be doing that. We're not going to be stable enough from the neck. So we'll do some alternatives. I'll give you the option at the end and some cues if you want to go for the full one. But generally, we'll keep it nice and low. Not stress too much about getting into the full pose tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I will see you again tomorrow for your next dose of Daily Wellness.